You are now listening to the Full Sport Press podcast, featuring hosts Jay Hove, Weezy, Jeff, and Coach Locke. Please enjoy the show.
He brought up orange juice.
Hey, you can't have the orange juice without the orange.
Hey,
Just saying.
that's a great debate, though.
Yeah.
It is.
The best fruit.
It is.
Mango.
Bring it back like we did the juice test that time.
The juice
Talking
test.
about lemonade.
Lemonade,
lemonade,
for
yeah.
sure. Shout out to Natalie's. I still didn't get that check. I'm hot about that, too.
That shit
I did not get that check.
That's ain't that good. You put them over simples. You crazy.
Coach Locke back in the business. Hey,
I'm
Coach.
back. What's
Coach in the
happening,
studio.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
Brady.
Yo, fresh.
Steve Novak.
I got one for you, Jeff.
It's okay. Talk to me.
Speedy Vaxton.
Speedy Vaxton. I'm not
Speedy
mad at
Vaxton. That ain't bad.
Not mad at that.
That can get you. That can keep you in the door.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Speedy
Weezy?
Jackson.
Uh-oh.
Nothing has changed since I came back to the studio, right? No. Steve Novak.
Nah, you know
Yeah,
that.
Novak. He ain't getting Novak. Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Okay. All right.
You guys ready to get it?
Yeah, let's roll.
Try it.
Let's roll.
Let's
going on?
Let's try. Greetings and salutations. I would like to welcome everybody back and some of you for the first time to the Full Sport Press podcast, the premier sports podcast for the consummate sports fan. And this is your one-stop shop for all sports-related news and topics. I'm Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
Weezy in the building. Say what's up, Weezy.
What it do? What it do?
Coach like back in the building. Say what's up, Cam.
What's happening? And glad to be back.
Hey, man. Gang's out here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. How are you, Weezy?
Good, man. How y'all doing?
How was Harmony's birthday?
Oh, man. How many birthday?
Go.
Birthday was good.
Yeah,
She had a ball, man.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
She almost said Uncle Jeff the other day on the phone.
Yeah.
I heard her.
She trying to talk, man.
Trying to talk.
Yeah.
That's what's
Trying
up.
to talk.
That's
That's
all
what's
right,
up,
right there.
man.
Terrible twos, like you said last
Terrible
week.
twos, terrible twos, man. Speaking of twos, man, it's episode 373, man. We're breaking down the NFL list of players with the most approved in 2021.
FSP style.
Always FSP style.
You better damn know it.
Better damn believe it.
Let's kick it off. Best of the week, Coach Locke. Starting with you.
My best of the week, man. NASA is about to have another space orbit flight. But the good thing about it is they're going to put 14 flags on this flight.
Okay.
Those 14 flags are going to be from HBCUs.
Oh.
And
okay.
who's one of the 14?
Uh-oh.
Of course, the Tennessee State University.
Land of the Golden Sunshine.
Golden
Damn
That's pretty
right.
cool right
Yeah,
there.
for sure.
So that's all right.
Yeah, that's the best of the week.
Yeah.
There you go,
Yeah.
Coach.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody's alive. What you got, Weezy?
That's the week for me was I got two of them this week. First of all, KD's 49-point game.
Game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harmony's birthday, man. 2 years old.
Yeah. Most
Baby
definitely.
girl, 2 years old, man.
Shout out to my girl, man. She was hanging out with me. for
Oh,
sure.
Harmony.
That's all right.
What you got, Jeff?
My best of the week, man. Shout out to Cyrus, the fantasy football player who spent an entire 24 hours in Waffle House. Because he came in last place in his fantasy football league. Cyrus had to eat a waffle. For every waffle he ate, he took an hour off of his time he had to spend in Waffle House. Apparently, at last count, he was at 8, and he got out of there.
Get out of there.
Seven waffles, excuse me. And he got out of there.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't need to be in no league like that where you even think of a
No, that'd
bet
be
like
good.
that.
I like that, though.
And he live tweeted it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got a little fame off. It was fun.
Because anything liable to happen in Waffle House
That's true.
in 24 hours?
24 hours in Waffle House. You a bad man.
Yeah, but not in Mississippi.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Shout out to the Mississippi listeners.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, but y'all know.
You damn right.
My best of the week, fellas. Dude, my mom is 10 years cancer free, man.
Hey.
She got those scans back this week, man. Shout out to you, Mom.
Shout out.
It's a big week, man. So I'm happy for her, man. Congratulations, Mom.
Yeah,
know she's
man.
listening. So
Shout
yeah,
out to
Shout out
Mom
to
Dukes,
Mom
man.
Dukes.
Mom
man.
Dukes for sure. man.
Congratulations.
Most
Great news.
Yeah,
all right.
for sure. All right. Worst of the week, Weezy. It's up to you.
Worst of the week, man. I made a bad bet this week.
Uh-oh.
I made a bad bet.
Let's talk about it.
No, not gonna talk about it.
Just talk. Don't say what you bet.
Nah,
what
I
did
mean-
you bet
I
on?
mean, he don't want to talk about it.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
I just made a bad bet.
Made a bad bet.
But hey, you win some, you lose some.
But you live.
But you live.
to fight.
Yeah,
Fight another day.
Yeah, that's it.
Damn
Most
right.
definitely. What you got, Coach?
Worst of the week, man. Everybody knows Juneteenth. By the time you hear that, it'll be done passed by.
So,
Well, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp blocks making Juneteenth a paid national holiday for state workers in Georgia. Come on, man. I mean, I'm not surprised. Don't get me wrong.
that's right on brand.
Hey, I was right on
Yeah.
brand
Right
for
on
him,
brand,
Jeff. But
yeah.
come on, man. Go on and pay the state employees when they get off that. So now, if you take off and don't go to work on that day, you ain't gonna get paid.
Well, you got PTO. Just use that PTO on their ass.
Yeah, but
That's what we do for Martin Day.
Yeah.
Should be okay,
I don't work on Martin Day.
I'm about to transition into that Juneteenth. I need it off too.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. My worst of the week is the knee-jerk reaction fans of the NBA, man. Some bad NBA fans out here. There's some bad ones, man. I hold my comments until next week's show.
You
But
better.
watch more basketball, not just the playoffs. There's 82 games, 72 this year. Listen, just watch a little bit more. You know a little bit more about basketball. I'll leave it at that for sure.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Well, my worst of the week. Exhibition boxing continues. Fresh off Lamar Odom kicking Aaron Carter. Sorry, cameraman. We thought we were going to get Holyfield Tyson 3, right, guys? Nope, not getting that. Guess what we may be getting this fall? Mike Tyson versus Logan Paul.
I want to see that. I want to see Mike knock his out.
please, Mike,
I want to see that.
knock his.
I'm paying for that one.
Please,
I'm not
Please,
playing.
Mike.
I'm pulling up for that one.
please, Mike.
I just
I'm
wanted
bad.
to stop. I just wanted to stop.
I don't.
We got De La Hoya fighting somebody. We got Anderson Silva having a boxing match this weekend. It's too much great boxing coming down the pipeline this year for this crap.
But you know what, Jeff? This might be the fight that ends it all.
Right. Because if Mike
Tyson going to knock him out real good.
Don't
Everybody
give
gonna be
up.
like, you know what? It's over. We ain't gonna do this no more.
Tyson ain't gonna help him up. He ain't gonna hold him up.
Nah,
Right.
Floyd
Nah.
will definitely hold him up.
Floyd hold him up. Sure.
not
I'm
at
paying
all.
for it though. We pulling up. That's it.
Make sure you check us out on iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, Beyond Pod, YouTube, and of course, the SoundCloud page to catch up on the full archive of past episodes of FSP. Just simply search Full Sport Press Podcast.
And while you're there, don't forget to support the Realville Family Patreon page. It features full sport press on deck TV, fresher than your average, and much, much more. Be on the lookout to join that family Patreon page today. Episodes are up. Support the team. Support the real. Jeff, you're
Yes,
a
sir.
team of good wrestling seconds.
I sure do.
Let's start the clock.
All right, Coach Locke is back. And it's Hell in a Cell weekend.
Perfect timing.
So you know what that means, cameraman. Who gets the W? 3 matches, guys. There's only 4 matches on this pay-per-view card for it to be this Sunday. I don't know what the WWE is doing, but no one does. We're all lost at this point. Let's start off with the first one. The champion, Rhea Ripley, the Raw Women's Champion, versus Charlotte Flair for the championship. Who gets the W, Coach Locke?
Charlotte Flair.
Weezy.
Charlotte Flair.
J-Ho.
Oh, man. Gotta shake the tree. What's the other person?
Rhea Ripley is the champion.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Rhea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Next match, we got Bianca Belair, the SmackDown Women's Champion, versus Bayley. J-Ho.
Give me Bailey.
All right. Weezy.
Bailey.
Coach Locke.
Bianca.
All righty. In the main event, in the Hell in a Cell, we have Drew McIntyre versus the champion, Bobby Lashley. Coach Locke, who do you have?
Bobby Lashley.
Weezy.
Bobby Lashley.
Oh,
J-Ho.
man. Who the other person, dog?
Drew McIntyre.
Give me Drew, man.
Juneteenth.
Man.
Juneteenth.
It's on Father's Day and Juneteenth.
Juneteenth, man.
Come on, man. You don't just,
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley.
When he just want to shake the tree when if you lose now.
Give me Bob.
So, Jay, all right. So, make sure you tune in each and every Thursday to the 808s and Chair Shots podcast. Myself, shout out to Neek. Like we always say, you might not like it, but your auntie, she loves wrestling.
Sure, man. Melanie. Now, tweet some questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
that the revolution will be podcasted. And before we get started, the first half, Weezy, you have a yellow box of Cheerios award recipient.
I know this week's award recipient is Glenn Big Baby Davis.
That's it. Jeff's guy, 35-year-old Glenn Big Baby Davis, caught a lot of heat online for a celebration of Kyrie Irving's ankle injury. It's trash. After sharing a number of hateful direct messages sent after his way after he suggested there was no coincidence that Irving injured the same ankle that he used to stomp on the face of Lucky, which is the actual mascot of the Boston Celtics, mid-court in Boston last month. Now, Davis shared a new video where he reiterated his belief and called out Irving for having, and I quote, weak ankles. And karma is a MFer, for sure. I don't even care if it is a logo. It means something to me, end quote. He went on to say, for example, it's like countries that have flags. You going to step on a logo flag? What is that? That's disrespect. I play for the Celtics. I'm a Celtic forever. Stop getting mad because your man's got weak ankles. His ankle is messed up, and Lucky got his ass, end quote.
That's rough.
Yeah, he's too serious, bro.
Triple down.
Yeah, he tripled down. He was spitting in the camera, slobbering. Like, just relax, Glenn. And I get it. He's trying to find his next avenue. Yeah. He needs to get into one of these celebrity boxing matches for sure and do that. Yeah. For sure. That'd be good.
That'd be good for Big Baby.
Yeah. Doing something like that.
He'll wear something wild like he did in that basketball game they showed the other day.
Yeah, jersey, like 2 sizes too small.
Two is generous.
2 is very.
Yeah, it might have been 3 sizes.
That man look like a can of biscuits.
Yeah, no. You just don't celebrate injuries, dog.
No.
Not at all. You never do that.
Because you say he like a can of Pillsbury Grains.
Yeah, man.
Grand's hit.
Grains good.
Grand's be hitting.
Yeah, Grains are good.
What's the best biscuit, Weezy?
I go with the OG Grains.
OG Grains?
Yeah, I don't mess with I don't try to mix
I remember I
the
used
biscuits.
to make those Grands and then you dip them in syrup. That was the only thing I ate. I would just be chilling with that.
Those flake biscuits, them
biscuits
underrated.
Are crazy.
Them fire. Because they got that little honey glaze on them. Fire.
Little honey glaze.
Yeah.
Nothing like a little honey glaze.
Nothing like it.
We'll hit that Fat Mo's. I'm telling you, man. Hey, next week. Next week. Hey,
almost
me and
gave
Coach
the
Lock,
people
we
they
got
wanted.
a single.
Oh,
Me and Coach Lock got a single. We got a jingle. They finna.
They gonna have to cut
They
the
got to
check.
cut the check, most definitely. Weezy, you getting that out to him?
Yeah, you want to get that out? Snail mail? Hey, I can't waste all my.
Don't waste your time with that.
I can't waste my.
Yeah, for sure. Don't waste the drone.
Yeah, I can't waste my drone.
Don't waste the drone. That's a lot of juice for that, for sure. Manscaped, Weezy, have you ever took care of the hair in your nose before?
Nah, man, I need to do that though.
For sure. As you became, an adult, grown man.
Yes, sir.
Do you notice hair in your nose now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't notice it yet.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh,
That's
it's
the only
there.
thing that grows, like hair in your nose, ears, and stuff like that.
And your mustache.
And your mustache. What you trying to say? You trying to say my
No, I'm
mustache
just-
thick?
I'm
Can I say my mustache thick right now? Yeah, for sure.
No, I didn't notice. But
I
ain't noticed this one.
You just mad because your mustache won't grow.
No,
That's what that
I
is.
never noticed how thick your mustache
Yeah.
was.
Uh-oh.
I never noticed your mustache was that thick. I didn't notice.
It never is that thing. I just didn't. I just haven't.
I never noticed how thick that was.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Triple time.
Yeah. You just get yours rolled off all the time. That's why you ain't got no.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, man. Content, man. What about you, Coach?
Oh man, listen. I definitely noticed. I definitely noticed, man. I'm a hairy guy, so
The Grizz is what I call them.
Yeah, so it's very needed to take care of for sure.
Most definitely. What about you, Jeff?
I'm still trying to recover back from that last
Yeah,
this, definitely, man. I understand. As I got older, you need that. You need that.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. And Manscaped has a nose and ear trimmer, not just the nose.
No,
just the nose trimmer. Check those guys out. Use code FSP20 at manscaped.com. Get you 20% off your entire order and free shipping. Don't forget, man, get that deodorant as well to kind of keep those balls fresh. For sure.
It's hot outside.
sir.
Hot.
Balls are definitely thick. It's hot outside.
It's
for
hot.
Sure.
Hot ain't the word.
That's it. You guys ready to get started the first half?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
The first half is underway.
First half, the hottest sports news of the past week, like we do each and every week here at the Full Sport Press Podcast. Before I get started, I'm Jay Ho.
It's your boy, Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Lock.
Lock, where can they find you on social media, my brother?
Man, nothing has changed, man. It's Lock_the_great. That's THA. Get at me.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
Jay Easley 84 across all social media platforms.
Sure about you, Weezy.
I'm FSP_Weezy on IG, and I'm at How Weezy on Twitter. Holla at me.
Sure. And I'm J Hove on Instagram and Twitter. Let's have a conversation on Twitter, man. Keep it nice. You too, Jeff. Watch your back.
Wait a minute.
I'm saying though, man. Jeff, man. I had
Big time on Twitter,
Jeff. I had to call Jeff.
Goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Why?
We get a little. You know what I'm saying?
You got a phone call to Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff got a phone call. Jeff be trolling, and Jeff don't even be meaning that shit. So in turn, like, man, just be rubbing me the wrong way because I know he don't really feel like that. And then he get the peanut gallery going. Cameraman always talk about the peanut gallery.
Oh my God.
And Jeff is the leader of the peanut gallery.
Oh my God.
This damn chat done turned the people crazy.
Chat is
Damn
different, for
chat.
sure.
That chat is rough.
It's okay, cameraman. I promise.
And then when it get down to the get down, I don't want no smoke. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? That's Jeff.
Come in peace, man.
Yeah, right.
Y'all call me Prop Joe.
And then all he'll do, and he know what he'll do, he'll put a LOL. You know what I'm saying? And he know he dead wrong. That shit would be burning my biscuits, dog. Let's kick the first half off, man. It's NBA talk. Spoiler alert, this will be a theme in the first half. The NBA has officially released its final results for the 2021 NBA All-NBA team. Now in the first team selections, Nikola Jokic, joined by Stephen Curry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and Kawhi Leonard. The second team consists of LeBron James, which is nuts, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid, and Julius Randle. Bringing up the rear, man. It's Kyrie Irving, the third team. Rudy Gobert, Paul George, and Jimmy Butler. Guys, let's talk about the biggest snubs. We'll start with you, Coach Locke. Give me one.
I know you're gonna speak about another guy, so I'm gonna let you have that one. But shout out to my boy Spike Lee, man. Jason Tatum from the Boston Celtics.
Sure.
He averaged a career high 26.4 points a game, 7.4 rebounds, 4.3 assists. Had a 60-point game this year, which ties a franchise record. And he's the first Celtic to have two 50-point games in the same season.
Sure.
You know, he didn't have a lot of help. Jaylen Brown went down, got them to a 6 or 7 seed. So got to go with Jason Tatum right here.
Sure. Shout out to J Tate. Yeah. What you got, Jeff?
I agree with that, Coach. I definitely had Tatum. Should have been third team. I got him over Jimmy Butler. And then I also have Russell Westbrook. Should have been over Bradley Beal. Just because Russ was there every night and Russ was the anchor of that team, a playoff team for what it's worth. And lastly, Trae Young should have replaced Kyrie Irving.
Dang,
Well,
you got a lot, man.
He put all his boys in there.
Damn.
Okay, all right.
What you got, Weeks?
I'm gonna shake it up, man. I think Dame Lillard should have been first team.
Over who?
Over who?
Who was the last person on Dame Lillard? Who was the last person that you named?
It's Steph Curry and Luka Doncic are the
Yeah,
goals.
who-
Yeah,
take
Dame, yeah. And you know Dame is my guy, but he can't get first team.
Yeah, okay.
So he really won second team.
That's
not true.
Do that now. We're not gonna do that.
I'm just saying. Of course, right? I mean, you know who my pick is. Devin Booker, man. He averaged 25, man, on the second team in the Western Conference. The fact that the Suns are still playing right now speaks volumes of how disrespectful the voting is. And he continues to showcase the leadership. And, Suns in 4 all the time, man. So it speaks to his capabilities as a young leader. And it's my guy, man. Just my Devin Booker jersey's in the air right now, for sure.
Shout out to Chris Paul.
Yeah, for sure. That ain't got, and that's the reason why he didn't make it, because a lot of people are looking at what Chris Paul has brought to that team, which is leadership, which is very, very, very necessary. But Devin Booker, dog, is the leader of that team.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
You mentioned that the Suns are still playing.
They are.
Let's move on to the team that they put out in the first round. Let's talk about LeBron James, man. Now, I thought LeBron was going to enjoy his time off. He had a break from basketball. Going to promote his new movie, shout out to Space Jam. Pull up at his son's high school games. There's a lot going on at those high school games.
Yes, it is. Shout out to Drake.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot going on at those high school games.
Yeah.
But we're going to move on from that.
Please.
But LeBron, he had a little time this week. He went on a Twitter rant to talk about the NBA's condensed season and the injuries to star players in the playoffs and how it all came about. And quote, "They all didn't want to listen to me about the start of the season. I knew exactly what would happen. I only wanted to protect the well-being of the players, which ultimately is the product and benefit of our game," all caps. If there's one person that knows about the body and how it works all year round, it's me. Oh, LeBron. Now, Weezy, this is your guy. Is LeBron correct about these injuries?
I don't see no lies told. Okay. I mean, you gotta. I mean, if nobody would have got hurt, he'd be like, "Ah, man, I shouldn't have said that." Yeah. But it's look, everybody's getting hurt.
Thanks.
They forced the season in last year with the bubble. They forced that because they wanted more money and they needed it. Then they forced them boys to play 8 weeks later.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
The
game's too physical. Like, my bad.
No, you good, man.
The game's too physical now.
Yeah.
It's too physical.
Sure. 72 games, 4 months is nuts, y'all. That's just crazy.
That's a lot.
Injuries have caused 108 missed games among all rotational players. That's 23 more than any of the last 5 seasons. So, of course, you can't play that much with problems with knees and hamstrings. Yeah. That is because of repetitive motion, overuse. All of that makes sense, man. It's got to start at the grassroots level, though. AAU kids, they play year round. Yeah. You can see, like, if one of these young players get into a situation, by the time that they get drafted, man, they already cooked food, man. We seen it from the best. James Wiseman, the number 2 pick?
Number 2.
Yeah, number 2 pick. He's down for the year because of a torn meniscus. So, yeah, man, it happens to the best of them, and they got to figure it out and start at the grassroots level, which is AAU. I know why they did it. It's all for the money, like Weezy said. You had to get that Christmas game in, but you did it with the detriment of you got a whole starting 5 out of some of the best players in the world, man.
Mm-hmm. Take team like the Lakers and the Heat. They played in the finals last year, like we know. Yeah. They had 71 days between that time in October in the bubble and the start of the 2021 season on December 22nd, like Weezy mentioned. That's not enough time. That's why you've seen these injuries. And just to list the names, a few: Kawhi, LeBron, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Kyrie, Chris Paul, Donovan Mitchell, Conley, Jamal Murray, Jaylen Brown, Luka, and just guy Russell Westbrook all have missed time during the postseason when the money is made.
NBA team, right?
Yeah, that's everybody. So LeBron is definitely right when it comes to this, and they have to figure out a way to do something about this.
I agree, guys. I mean, I'm with the whole thing. It was rushed. It was a condensed season. It was for the money. But what was the alternative? How the NBA had to get a season in for obvious reasons, money and being the main one. Okay, now let's take it back and say they do a condensed season and everybody doesn't get paid what they normally do. Would the players show up for that? Somebody like LeBron is a made guy. He's straight, no matter what. Even if he doesn't make another Laker contract in the world, his Nike contract is set. What if you number nine guy on the Clippers?
Alfonso McKinney?
Yeah, somebody like that. You know what I mean? Like, you need your full check. You know what I mean? So it's easy to say this is going to happen because yes, it is. Yes, it will happen. But what was the alternative? That's all I'm saying.
Some better than none, Jeff.
Some better than none.
Yeah. Just cut down.
That's easy games for us to say.
Yeah, because
you asking for somebody that's depending on that 100,000, 200,000 to not because that contract, guaranteed. But if we agree to pay this condensed season, we got to cut y'all pay. Is the Players Association going to go with that?
Yeah, but then once you do that, you have to go with the percentage. You have to go with my superstars and my. Are you there to watch the number 9 player on the bench, or are you there to watch LeBron James?
Well, we're having to watch the number 9 player now more because Kawhi is hurt.
That's the reason. So if you go ahead and push the game back to Christmas Day, all right, LeBron's gonna be here. Kawhi's gonna be there, and they had no reason to play an All-Star game.
Now, that I agree with. There was no reason for the All-Star.
Had to get the money though.
They had to get the money.
Suns and 4.
Yeah.
Suns, definitely.
And they're trying to keep Chris Paul out. I don't know.
Suns and 4.
Well, sticking with the NBA, not a good part of the NBA right now, though. We have some coaches that were fired. Stan Van Gundy from the Pelicans, Scott Brooks from the Washington Wizards. So my question to you guys is, was it fair or foul that these 2 coaches were released?
I'll go ahead and start with Stan. Stan is in New Orleans. That team was in the bubble the prior season and was expected to at least be a 6th, 7th, or 8th seed. For them not to even sniff the play-in tournament, he had to go. And you can't lose Zion like you lost Anthony Davis. And they're borderline on doing that already. Because Zion wants to go to the Knicks or wants to play in Madison Square Garden. You can't lose Zion. You can't. So they got to get him out of there.
Man, this is the thing with the Pelicans. Anthony Davis, that's hot now. That is hot. So if you're a star player there and you ain't winning, that front office, you know what? We ain't finna do this again. Yeah. We ain't finna do this again. But is Anthony Davis wrong now? He wanted to get out early. Now Zion wants to leave. It makes him
super early though, man.
Yeah.
He left after 7?
Yeah, but he wanted to leave before that, but they wouldn't trade him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying like
they did right by him too because he got Marcus Cousins that couple of years.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they tried.
But Zion tripping though. Like he gotta run the race a little bit, dog.
A little bit.
That's the kids these days, though, dog.
Yeah,
they want it already.
It's just basketball, though. It's just basketball. Once these kids are good in basketball and they know they can actually, pick what they want to do, they ain't got no coaches. Coaching in the NBA,
yeah,
I would stay with. If I'm a coach, college coach, and I'm a good college coach, and I don't want nothing to do with the NBA.
3 to 5 years, you're gonna be saying the same thing about football though. With the transfer portal, how that's set up right now, 3 to 5 years, football will be the exact same way.
College football is gonna be it's gonna be a cesspool.
Yeah.
But I think Scott Brooks got a bad deal. I got Stan having a bad deal. Even Rick Carlisle having a bad deal. It's power to the players, man. LeBron James did the decision in 2010. Yeah. That changed sports forever. Rosters are turned over every few months. Yeah. You look at teams that are put together like the Nets. It's insane, man. They got to figure out a way to kind of curve that buyout shit because you got Blake there. You also had LaMarcus. Just think if they had LaMarcus Aldridge still, dog. It'd be different. It'd be a different team, man. Fans don't really get to build a relationship with these players, man. So comparing it to the NFL, you're going to keep a player, there for a little while until you get to a situation like Deshaun Watson and you got to get out of there. You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's the thing too, though. Yeah. To me, it's like, you keep a player there as long as you can, but with the NFL being able to cut you when they want and having those longer contracts, the players don't have much of a say-so, and that's where the NBA wins, to me. Just to me.
Well, Stain, they thought he was going to do his defensive thing. He didn't do that. They finished 23rd in the league in defensive rating and gave up 113 points, which is 6 most points per game in the NBA at 115. So that didn't look well for him. And then they say that he couldn't relate to the younger players. You got a young team like that, you have to be able to relate to those players or have somebody that does relate to them. My only grind with that is that he's only there 1 year. You can't turn anything around in 1 year. Unless you get a player like a LeBron James or a Chris Paul or something like that, you have to give him some time. But then Scott Brooks, he went to the playoffs 3 times, and he always dealt with injuries while he was there. Brad Bill would be hurt one time, or when John Wall was there, he would be hurt. So he never really got to see the 2 main players play together for an entire season. And then this year, like Jeff mentioned earlier, Brad Bill was out. Yeah. So Russ is playing by himself. So I think they both got a raw deal with that, just casualty of water.
Scott Brooks need to stay away from anything Russell Westbrook has to do because he's getting him fired everywhere he goes. everywhere he goes. That's trash.
The biggest knock on Scott Brooks is he doesn't adjust well. That's it. If he just had a plan B or C, I think he could keep a job. Heck, they might have won that chip against Miami if he could adjust. He doesn't have an adjustment.
If James Harden would have showed up, they might have won.
Real quick before we get out of here. 7 coaching jobs available. What's the best coaching job that's available? Start with you, Locke.
I would probably say Dallas.
I want to say Dallas coach, but with that turmoil that's going on right there, it's a lot of wild stuff going on in Dallas. So if that's the case, I would say right now, because they're playoff ready, either Portland or New Orleans.
If you're doing your homework, it's Dallas because they got championship pedigree. But I'm gonna say the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans got 2 All-Stars right now. No other place has that. You have a budding star in Zion. You worry about Brandon Ingram's, focus because he's having fun, and you still got Lonzo. He's going to be a restricted free agent, but you got Zion. Nobody else has a Zion and a Brandon Ingram. KP is KP. He won't be there. Portland's there. We've seen the best of Portland. It's over with for that. So, yeah, man, there's definitely New Orleans. They got to figure it out. But you got Zion family talking about he don't want to be there. And hell, don't nobody want to be in. Do you think Devin Booker wanted to be in Phoenix when they won 12 games, bro? No.
But that's the thing. The New Orleans franchise doesn't even want to be in New Orleans. They're talking about moving in 2024.
They need to get out of there.
Yeah, they got to do it.
But that's so why? I don't know. It's tough.
Seattle needs a team.
Nashville needs a team.
Las Vegas needs a team. Those are the 2.
We're third. Yeah. We're definitely third.
Yeah. We definitely 5th for sure.
5th.
We're 5th.
Goodness.
Sure. It sucks.
I don't think we'll see it.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Seattle's 1.
Seattle's 1. Vegas 2. St. Louis. Then Tampa Bay.
Kansas City also.
Kansas City too. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So, you guys ready to get started with halftime?
Let's do it.
Let's get it.
We're at the midway point. Please enjoy all of the halftime festivities.
Halftime, in case you missed it. Coach Locke is in studio
with
the new edition. Let's hear it, Coach.
All right, like we talked about, we've seen NBA coaches fired as reported earlier in the show. But what may come to a surprise to some is that Teresa Witherspoon and Becky Hammon are candidates to become NBA head coaches. Now, Becky Hammon became the first woman to become a full-time NBA assistant coach, the first woman to be named the head coach of an NBA Summer League team, and the first woman to win an NBA Summer League title as head coach. Now, Hammon was also the first woman on the All-Star coaching staff in 2020, and she became the first woman acting head coach in league history. Now, Witherspoon, who joined the Pelicans as a player development coach in 2019 before being promoted to an assistant coach under Stan Van Gundy. So my question for you guys is, do you think we will see a head coach in the NBA this upcoming season that will be a female?
It's seven job opportunities right now, and I think maybe 2 or 3 more will come available for the start of the season. I think if it's going to happen, this is the great year to do it. So I'm going to say yeah. Those are 2 great choices.
Yeah, I think so too. We will see a head coach. We will see a woman head coach in the NBA this year. Absolutely, 100%. You look at me like that for, dog.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll have 2. I think Teaspoon will get hired, Teresa Witherspoon, and for sure Becky Hammond. People are talking Dawn Staley as well. I just don't think that Dawn Staley leaves the whip that she has in South Carolina to take on a job like Orlando. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't. And people will respect Dawn in the locker room. That'll be dope. But I just don't think that she leaves that team that she got, man. It's a crazy team. And she got Beast coming in, and then she got a Beast coming in the year after that. So I just can't see her doing that. But if she don't do it now, she stays a little too long. It's over with. Yeah.
That's why I can. My bad. Go ahead, Coach.
I think Dawn is content at South Carolina. I don't really think she wants to go to NBA because it's set up perfectly for her. I do think Becky will be the head coach this year. I don't know if Witherspoon will yet because she doesn't have enough experience on the staff yet. That's the only thing why I don't know if she will get it. But like you mentioned, Jeff, this is the year for both of them to get a head job if it is.
And I think to kind of double back to the Dawn Staley thing, as great a recruiter as she is, just think of how that resume will think of how it will look when she goes back to college in 3 to 4 years because the NBA thing flamed out and she's done what she needed to do. And she said, well, I also coached in the NBA. And I have this on my resume, and I can do this as well. I think if it's going to happen, like you said, Jay, you can woo her with that right there and get her to the NBA.
I just don't think that she's won enough championships in college to even feel confident about moving on. She hadn't really dominated the actual level that she's at now. She's dominated in recruiting, but as far as winning, I don't think she's dominated the way that she wants to. She only won, what, 1?
1.
Yeah, so I don't think that's enough.
But can you turn down being the first at something?
Yeah.
Someone gives you the offer to be the first at something.
But being the first and then taking the Orlando job?
Yeah, well, I mean, you're not getting the Sixer job
yeah.
or the
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's some
Phoenix
jobs
Suns
out there. Like, dude, the Indiana Pacers is a really good job. That's a good job, man. Houston is not a good job. You don't want. That's not a good job. You don't want to take that job.
So got a lot of draft picks.
Not no one with John Wall.
Yeah, John Wall be what?
John Wall won't out of there.
John Wall won't be there. What are you talking about? Let's just get started a second.
Yeah, let's do it.
The second half is underway.
Second half. NFL players with the most to prove in 2021. Episode 373. Before we get started, I am Jay Ho.
It's your boy Big Jeff.
It's your boy Weezy. What it do?
It's your man, Coach Locke.
Coach, some seasons are just more important to NFL players than others, man. Looking ahead to 2021. High-profile youngsters on their last chance. Some veterans are seeking major contracts. Even older veterans trying to keep their careers going in critical situations that demand great performances this year. Future playing time, earnings, and reputations at stake. The following players across all different stages of their respective careers are the guys that we're talking about, man. Make it or break it seasons in 2021. And what we're doing, each person on this esteemed panel at FSP, we will go through 10 players, and we will say if their 2021 season, they will barbecue, mildew, or it won't get a chance in hell.
Oh, my God.
No chance.
No chance.
Shout out to Vinny, man.
Shout out to Vince.
Let's get it, man. Weezy, let's kick it off, buddy.
Player, I see how you did that. Sam Darnold, quarterback at the Carolina Panthers. Barbecue or mildew? Or won't get a chance in hell.
There we go, for sure. I got Sam Darnold barbecuing, dog. I got him barbecuing, for sure, man. I don't think, first off, let's start here. Low risk, high reward with Sam Darnold. No question about that. Okay. The Jets threw him away. They did not do Sam Darnold any justice, man. Offensive line was trash. The receivers were trash. Tight ends, running backs. Bottom of the barrel the entire time Sam Darnold was in New York. Guess what? He has Joe Brady. The reason that we know who Joe Burrow is because of Joe Brady. So he has DJ Moore. Yeah. He has Terrence Marshall. He has Robbie And he got C-Mac, man.
Healthy C-Mac.
Healthy C-Mac. So if Darnold struggles, guess what? You can go in the top 10 and get a quarterback next year. And you go with Matt Rule with that quarterback, I think he'll be fine, man. I got him barbecuing. You just got to start now.
Yeah. Sam Darnold, he's gonna mildew. I don't think he's gonna show the talent that he did in college. He didn't have any help in New York with the Jets. He does have Christian McCaffrey, but I don't think he's gonna be able to step up to the plate and do what they think he can do. So I just don't think it's gonna work out. So he will mildew.
Okay. Like that, Coach. I'm going to temper my expectations because this is the Carolina Panthers, and I don't think you're looking for that offense to be explosive. You're looking for it to be time controlling and ball controlling with that running game. So I'm going to say barbecue, simply because they're not going to ask much of him, and what they're going to ask of him, he can do that. A couple of slants, a little play action, get the ball to CMC. That's it.
Yeah, but you get about CMC, that's an explosive offense. Yeah. He's scoring. He's one of the few backs that can score wherever from the field on the field. But I'm giving Sam Darnold. I definitely gonna barbecue. You know he is.
I know he is. You better say that.
You better barbecue.
He's gonna barbecue. I mean, he had no help. Everybody said in the Jets, he got a good coach around him. He got Joe Brady around him. He got weapons around him. Sam Darnold can play football, y'all. He can play football. He didn't throw a lot of interceptions. He didn't make a lot of bad decisions. He just didn't have any help.
Okay. So we'll see.
All right, number 2. Daniel Jones, quarterback of the New York Giants. Anybody a fan of the New York Giants that we know of?
My brother.
I know a couple of people.
Barbecue mildew or won't get a chance.
Listen, man. Old Danny Dimes. This is the definition of mildew. Anytime I see Danny Dimes, I say, and especially when the 49ers are playing, get what I say, Jeff? Oh, he's with us. Oh, he's with us. He's with us, baby. He is with us, baby. Yes, Lord. He's out of excuses, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why you gave him a chance to begin with. When you pick him 6 in 2019, it was a mistake then. It's a mistake now. 22 picks, 17 lost fumbles in 27 games. I don't think he's capable of a winning season at QB1. Wow. Kenny Galladay was a great signing. I get that he finally gets the number 1 receiver. Saquon Barkley's on the road to recovery, but and I think Joe Judge is a good coach. You know, he did a good job keeping that team competitive without Saquon, but this kid's not a QB1. He'll mildew.
I'm gonna go opposite of this one. I think he's gonna barbecue. As a rookie, he threw for 24 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Yeah. But what have we seen what he did lately? But he didn't have his running mate. Saquon was out, so he didn't have anything else to do. But they added Kyle Rudolph. Yeah. They added Devontae Booker. They added John Ross. They're going to have some help on the offensive line, and the defense added some help. So I'm going to say Daniel Jones is going to barbecue.
All right, young Danny Dimes. You know how I said when we were talking about Sam Darnold, I'm going to temper my expectations? The New York fan base and the New York Giants don't know how to do that. They're going to expect the world from Danny Dimes, and in turn, he's going to mildew. Simply because they're thinking that division, yes, it's wide open. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. It's wide open, and they're going to expect him to win it, step up and win that division, and they're going to be sadly mistaken. He's going to mildew.
Big mildew.
Hey, I'm going to go barbecue too.
He's with us, cameraman. He's with us.
With Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones have more. He has more help this year. And he's another one. He's more athletic. And I'm telling you, that division is wide open. So he can win this division and win 8 games. Unless the Cowboys just come out and just play crazy. He can win this division, win 8 games, and then that'll save his season. This is just his 3rd year. Daniel Jones came out the same year Kyler Murray did.
He did.
And they were talking, oh, he should go number 1. But the real quarterback went number 1.
He did.
So he's a project that took a risk on him, but he went to a safe spot.
And they took a risk they didn't have to take because he would have been there. They traded up to get him.
Sure did. Yeah. He's with us. Who we got?
All right. Play number 3. Leighton Vander Esch, linebacker, Cowboys. Barbecue mildew won't get a chance.
Leighton won't get a chance, man. 1 foot out the door already. Jalen Smith holding down that LB1. Then you draft Michael Parsons, who's the best linebacker in the draft, at 12. Just, if it wasn't for these injuries that he's bestowed upon us every year, every season, Spike Lou, this is his team. He told me, Leighton Vander Esch, man, we're going to get rid of him. And I was like, no, you guys have 2 really good, this is a really good nucleus. Then you bring in Michael Parsons with Jalen Smith, man, it's over with, dog. It's over with, man. Since they declined that player option for him, the writing was on the wall. They're trying to trade him. They won't trade him. You got to play Michael Parsons. It's over with for Van Ness, man. He won't get a chance.
I'm gonna have him barbecuing. He's going into his contract year. We know what people do when they go into their contract year. They kill. He finished third on the team in tackles. You know, of course he got hurt. We know that. But Dan Quinn is going to put him in the right position to be successful. Dak got his money, so he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder, and he has all the weapons he needs, and the team is going to be successful. So I'm going to say he's going to barbecue so he can get a contract and get out of Dallas.
I like that, Coach. You almost swayed me on that. Can I give 2 answers?
Go ahead.
Nah, hell nah. It's one. Barbecue meal, do he won't get a chance.
He won't get a chance in Dallas.
I like that. I like that.
That's why I said, can I give 2 answers? He won't get a chance in Dallas. He's going to move on off-season, preseason. He's going to get cut or maybe even a trade, but he's going to move on from Dallas here soon. So he won't get a chance there, but he'll play this season somewhere and make a difference somewhere too.
I'm telling you, this kid right here, he won't get. I'm with Jeff. He won't get a chance in Dallas, but he can play. If it wasn't for injuries, this dude would be a top 10 linebacker in the NFL.
No,
I'm gonna tell you what he's gonna do.
What he gonna do?
He's gonna play out of his mind for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Everybody's gonna look like a genius.
They already got Schobert though, cameraman guy.
That is his guy.
Yeah, but he's gonna be cheap. This guy's cheap.
Tough for Schobert.
Schobert's good, but this guy right here is gonna be cheap. He can play. If it wasn't for injuries, this guy wouldn't even be a question. He wouldn't be on this list.
Yeah, no, Leighton Van Der Esch can play. 2019 is a Pro Bowl. I get that, but you're not playing in front of a number 12 pick. That ain't gonna happen.
No. Because they put the money into him. But I'm telling you, if it wasn't for injuries, he wouldn't be on this list.
That's good.
All right. Oh, my God. Number, the next player, quarterback for the Colts, Carson Wentz.
Ooh, shots
Barbecue
fired.
Personal. Well, won't get a chance.
Let's see where he at with it.
Yeah.
28-year-old Carson Wentz, man. He's going to barbecue. He was the favorite to win MVP in 2017. Guess who his OC was, Jeff?
Who was that?
Frank Reich.
Frank Reich, man. Yeah, nah, for sure. He was playing with a terrible offensive unit the year after that in 2019, balling. The Colts have a great O-line. They have Jonathan Taylor. They got me and Weezy, got Michael Pittman. They got the end of T.Y. Hilton. The defense is top 10 in the entire NFL. That's a recipe for winning, man. I have the Colts winning the AFC South and then winning a playoff game or two, for sure. It's that kind of roster, and Carson Wentz going to come through for him.
I know Weezy don't like that.
It was their roster last year.
Yeah, they ain't
He
have a
said the same
quarterback.
thing last year.
They ain't have a quarterback. They
They never quarterback at all.
Yeah, not for sure.
You have to win the conference.
Dude, that's what I'm trying. Phillip Rivers on the back end, he was with us the entire year.
Do I hear a bet on that side of the table?
Nah, he don't.
I won't bet him no more. Coach, I'll tell you about him. You can't gamble with him.
Okay, all right.
That
My
Who you
God.
got, Coach?
I got barbecue, man, for everything that my co-host said, man. Like you mentioned, Frank Wright, he's going to put him in position to have that year he had back then. So Carson Wentz is going to be successful. No sense of repeating everything he said because he gave you everything that I had. So we're going to go with Carson Wentz. He's going to barbecue.
I like that. I have Carson Wentz. Jay, when I first started this show, what'd I say? I just don't want to wreck the car.
You ain't wrecking the car. That's a
He
fact.
just don't have to wreck the car. That's all. It's everything is right there.
He got to drive a little bit, though, Jeff. Now, he got to drive a little bit.
Defense strong enough.
Defense
Defense is strong enough. O-line strong enough.
Q Nelson, that's your boy.
That's my guy.
That's your guy.
O-line is strong enough. Running game is there. Just don't mess it up.
Yeah, what?
Just manage the game, Carson. That's all you got to do. And stay upright. Stay healthy.
He's not going to be able to manage the game and beat the Titans, though.
Damn,
you
sure
only
ain't,
got to
Coach.
beat them once.
Yeah.
Listen,
He can't manage the game doing that, though. You
I'm
about to
I'm
beat
not
him.
saying they are winning that division. They can make the playoffs and lose that division, lose 2 games.
Winning the
They'll beat
division.
everybody else.
because guess what? Tannehill, he's with us. Go ahead, Weezy. Tannehill with us.
Boy, you trying to get my blood pressure up. That's crazy. Carson Wentz, like y'all said, he's there. He has everything working out. He got his coach he wanted. He got his offense coordinator he wanted. Then let me ask you this: what if it don't pan out?
Shit, I mean, come on.
Are we
man.
done with him?
No, he got one more year. He got 2 years there, dog. Because at the end of the day, the opposite wide receiver is T.Y. Hilton. He 100.
You see, you already giving them excuse.
I'm just saying they're gonna win the division because of their defense. Their defense frying y'all. The defense is frying.
Oh, we got a brand new. You don't know that. You don't know that.
Listen, the defense is frying y'all.
Dude, our defense is revamped. You don't know that, Jay.
Watch.
You don't
They
know
bring
that.
Malik. They ain't even had Malik Hooker last year. He tore his ACL.
We didn't have Bud Dupree last year.
Man,
We didn't have Jack Rabbit last year either.
Man, listen,
We
Javon
didn't have
Curse is not
Nico
walking
Archer
through that
last year
door.
either.
Man,
Bullock not walking on
man,
that field.
Blaine Bishop is not walking through that door. Shit, Samari Roll is not walking through that door. You want to keep going?
Pac-Man Jones not walking through
Man,
that
Y'all-
listen,
y'all
you
can
need
use
him. Y'all need Pat.
Y'all can use
For
Pat.
door.
sure.
We got one. We got Jack Rabbit. Jack
Man,
Rabbit's
Jack
Pac-Man.
Rabbit is 32 years old.
Oh.
Man.
Oh, you would not be said that if he played with anybody. That's my guy.
Who's
He
the
played-
next person on the list?
I swear, I hope I see him in the city. We gonna call you.
No, for sure. Please.
We gonna call
Yeah,
you.
that's my guy.
I'm gonna holler at him too. We gonna call you.
Yeah, for sure. Tell him to call.
All right, next. AJ Green, wide receiver. Arizona Cardinals. That's weird to say. Barbecue mildew, or is he too old?
Jesus.
For sure. AJ is gonna mildew, man. The Bengals wrong for this. Dead wrong for this. They should let him go 3 years ago, dog. He played in all 16 games for the first time since 2017. He only caught 47 balls, man. 104 targets, man. You mean tell me they threw to this man 104 times? He was only open 47 times. You think Kyler Murray's gonna throw him open? Come on,
wait
man.
a minute.
He only had 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins clearly outplayed him the entire year. They got Rondale Moore there. They got
So many
my guy
weapons.
Izzy.
Yeah.
They got and of course Hop.
Yeah.
They got Hop. It's over with, man. He gonna mildew, man.
Listen, this is why he's going to barbecue. Because of what you said about DeAndre Hopkins. AJ Green is a big wide receiver, man. He's going to take all the attention. And since 2016, Green has caught 39 of 75 contested balls. That's a rate that ranks high among NFL's elite. Now, they were not good in the red zone, the Cardinals, but they didn't have nobody else. He's going to help in the red zone because of his big body, and he has some of the best hands in the league. Opposite of DeAndre Hopkins, he's going to barbecue.
I like. Go ahead, Weez. Go ahead. No.
He can't go.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I ain't want to cut you off. With AJ Green, man, this was probably the roughest one on the list for me, and here's why: because I'm not expecting him to be wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2, not even a wide receiver 3. He's just an option.
Bro,
He's literally an option. So from what they're going to expect him to do, red zone targets, red zone receptions, be a de facto tight end at a slot position, he's going to barbecue.
he can't get open, Jeff.
But you're going to have to respect the other 2 receivers and the scrambling ability of the quarterback, and he's going to be in the back of the end zone.
And when the last time he had a quarterback that could actually throw to him? Great.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
He's going to say he don't have one now.
Joe Burrow was there for how many games?
That's true.
8 games.
Half a season.
I'm saying he was at 8 games.
And a rookie.
Hey, man, listen. 47 catches, 104 targets.
No, I would love to see AJ Green do good.
Me too.
I swear to God, I would. I just think Kyler Murray loves D Hop. He loves D Hop. I'm gonna say mildew. I don't want to say that. I promise I don't. I don't want to say that.
I can smell the mildew from here.
No, I can't smell it.
You can
but-
smell it.
No, I can't.
You can.
I would love to see AJ. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm gonna say mildew. Okay. All right. This is Jeff Guy. D tackle Buffalo Bills. Ed Oliver. Barbecue mildew or won't get a chance.
I got
Cut
a
his
barbecue.
ass.
Damn.
Jesus
I'm sorry.
Christ.
I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's personal.
Yeah,
That's personal. We
I'm
get
sorry.
it.
My
Personal.
bad.
Personal,
I was-
cameraman.
I was sweating.
Personal.
Whew.
Yeah.
My bad.
Cut his
I
ass.
was trying to keep myself together. My bad, y'all.
Barbecue, man. I'm not giving up on Ed Oliver just yet, man. He took a step back in 2020 after a solid rookie season, but he's the number 9 pick, man, in 2019. He has to take a gigantic step forward in 2021. Bills legit. I think he can do it. They just need to kind of find a way to use him a little bit more applicable, and he needs to play D tackle. They had him playing D end. He needs to play in the middle. He eats in the middle. You gotta play him at D tackle, man. Move him in his right spot, man. He gonna cook. Bad coaching ass defensive ends over there, man. Let's get him, man. Let's get Ed Oliver to the best of his ability, man. Barbecue, Ed. Barbecue.
I agree. Ed is going to barbecue. The reason he didn't have a good year last year, though, he lost his running mate. Star Lutulele opted out due to COVID. He's going to be coming back. So now, like Jay mentioned, they're going to be able to move Ed Oliver back to the D tackle, his known position that he played his rookie year where he had a good year. So for that reason alone, Ed Oliver is going to barbecue.
Sounds good. Sounds good. But here's how it's really gonna work. We're gonna watch Buffalo's defense shine. And we're gonna say, man, Davis is locked down. We're gonna talk about the other players on the team. Then you're gonna forget Ed Oliver is even on the field. That's what happens half the time when No, 75% of the time you forget he's there. And that's why I'm saying he's going to mildew, because he has not done enough yet to live up to that number 9 pick. That's all. That's all. I want him, because he coming into the NFL was a playmaker, and now you just watch him and he's just filling the gap on defense.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go barbecue, but if he don't, I'm gonna call him a bust. I'm gonna call him a bust. If he
Strong
don't,
word.
I'm gonna call him a bust. Because he's too big of a name. He came out of Houston. He set out acting the fool on the he supposed to be the man.
Yeah.
Now you play a man ball. Let's see.
Put him back in his position.
Let's see. When we think of defensive tackle, we don't think of Ed Oliver. We think of Aaron Donald. We don't think of Ed Oliver.
Shit, man.
I'm not comparing him to Aaron Donald, but we don't think of him. He's not a staple in that defense.
That's very true.
I mean, their best defensive player is a corner.
It should be Ed Oliver.
Should be.
So if he don't not this shit, I'm calling him a bust.
Okay, there we go.
Next player, Marquise Bryant, wide receiver, Ravens. Barbecue, mildew, I won't get a chance.
Oh,
You can smell it.
Nah.
Stink.
Jesus.
Stink. It's mildew. Yes, mildew.
I need to
Yeah. He wants to be the man. I don't think he has the potential to be a number 1. Him and Ruggs, same player. I had the same convo when we do this next year for the 2022 season. And then Ruggs will be on this. Can't get open. They got one route. It's fly route.
Yeah.
Guess what? And if you're doing fly routes, somebody got to throw it out there to him. And on top of that, if you out there, you got to catch it. He went to the situation where he's talking about, man, I just need the damn ball. Okay. They threw you the damn ball. You weren't catching the damn ball and you weren't open. That is a problem. You add Sammy Watkins. Their best player on offense is, of course, Lamar Jackson. Their tight end is their number 1, Mark Andrews. They need to find a way to use him, but you can't use a person that's not open. You got to get open. Ranked dead last in passing last season. You supposed to be Hollywood.
We know you don't like Hollywood Brown. You let the people know, didn't the cameraman? But for that reason, this is why he's going to barbecue.
Come on, coach.
He has that year under his belt. He went through the rookie pains. He went through that. They're going to make sure they do a little more passing. They added Sammy Watkins and Duvernay, like you mentioned. That's going to ease some of the tension off of him. And Lamar Jackson's going to pass the ball a little more this year. They're still going to concentrate and make the running game their primary, but they're going to have to add a little more passing in to ease some of that. So I think he's going to come out of this better from his rookie year, and I'm going to say barbecue. Not saying he's going to be an all-pro, but he's going to have a good year.
Okay. I'm picking this one with my heart only because I want to see Marquise Brown do well, and I want to see that offense in Baltimore do well, simply because I've seen Lamar Jackson dominate the ACC, and I know he can throw the ball. He just hasn't done it in the NFL yet. And as Jay said, maybe it's because he doesn't have a true number 1 receiver. That could very well be true. With Hollywood Brown, though, if he's going to do it, I know it's early in his career, but it's going to have to happen right now. You're asking for the time. Your team, I'm a little worried because the team announced today that you no longer can record the offense during passing drills when you're in the press. So that's a little crazy, but so that scares me a little bit. It feels like they haven't really rehearsed this and they're trying to bring some new wrinkles into the offense, which is good, I guess. But I want to see what he can do, and I'm going to pick with my heart and say barbecue only because I want to see that kid succeed.
I'm gonna say mildew. I just not because he don't have the talent. I just don't think he has. He's not a number 1 for this team. He's little. Lamar Jackson needs a big target. He uses 2 tight ends for his number 1 targets. So obviously he needs a big target. This guy right here, he has one. He needs to work on a route. I want to see him do a drag route. I want to see him do a dig route. If you're gonna be a number 1 guy, get open.
You don't find routes your 3rd year, big dog.
I don't know what mildew. Cut his ass. Oh my goodness. The next player on this list. You ready?
Here it comes.
My guy.
Jay's guy. Cam Newton, quarterback, Patriots. Jay, what do you think he's gonna do? Barbecue, mildew, or not get a chance?
I don't think he'll get a chance, man. A year ago with Cam, he signed late, had some nagging injuries. It's reasonable to believe, though, that the Patriots can use him better if he has a full year to kind of get through the system, get some help, on that team as well. He's got the most help he's ever had around him with that team, man. Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry, you got Nelson Aguilar to add on to the players that's already there. At the same time, the the Patriots went out and drafted a QB1, the 15th pick, Mac Jones. So the AFC East has already have contenders already fully emerged, and we speak on every football season. He just won't have long enough, man, to prove that he's still the player that I think he is, man. And he'll be holding the clipboard soon.
Can't believe you went that route with your boy, man.
That's my guy.
I'm gonna go opposite. He's gonna barbecue.
Coach Lock, everybody barbecue.
No, I did. Listen. This is why he's gonna barbecue. He has the full year under his belt of learning the Patriots system. He was not playing bad at the beginning of last year, but he caught COVID before week 4, which caused him to miss crucial practice time, crucial film time, and he never recovered from that. Like you mentioned, they added all those weapons. Hunter Henry, who we know, what did he do when he had a good tight end with like Greg Olsen? He killed. Hunter Henry is going to be there for him. So I think this is going to be a year Cam is going to bounce back and he's going to barbecue.
Even with the COVID and the other hurdles in the season last year, they were one game at a time, one game out of the playoffs. So 2 of those games swinging their way, they still make the playoffs to that team with no wide receiver ones. It just Cam left, Cam right, Cam up the middle. That's how they was doing at one point. So I like what you say there a lot with using Cam with the 1 year of his belt and being able to take a better grasp of the offense now. I also like the fact that they're having players return that took out for COVID protocol. So I'm going to say that our division, the AFC East, is going to put 3 teams in the playoffs this year. It's going to be the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Bills. I'm going to say Cam's going to barbecue.
Let's get it.
I'm going to go barbecue too. I don't think Bill Belichick would have brought him back if he didn't think he was going to barbecue.
I agree with that.
I don't think he would have brought him back. He did draft the future.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. It's a business. But the Josh McDaniels, Cam Newton got weapons. Cam Newton is still athletic. Only thing about Cam Newton, if he has one bad game, it can affect him for the rest of the season.
I can see that.
Because the media is rough on Cam.
Sure.
And he listens to the media.
Sure.
A la Kevin Durant. But if he has one bad game, it could affect him for the rest of the year. So, but with that defense coming back, everybody who's coming back from COVID, they're gonna be good. Bill Belichick know what he's doing. I think Cam Newton will be all right.
We'll see.
All right, next one is Juju Smith-Schuster.
Weezy
Barbecue mildew won't get a chance. He won me fantasy football.
Sure did, man. Yeah. I got a mildew one, man. One could suggest that Juju Smith-Schuster season in 2021, last year, going into 2021, was a make-or-break season for you, and he flopped. He definitely flopped, which could also be the reason why he only signed a 1 year, $8 million deal. So he's a wingman, not a number one. When his mind is right, he's a really good football player, fun to watch. But it's time to prove what he is as a number one wide receiver, and their quarterback is Ben Roethlisberger, and the backup is my guy Dwayne Haskins, and I just don't think that he's going to get open for either one of them. So I got a mildew.
I got a mildew too, man. Ben is older. He's losing his arm strength. And I don't think Juju was the number one like you mentioned. When he was the number 2, that's when he had that 1,400 yards. But he had AB on the other side of him. He had his shot. It didn't work out like that. So with Ben being older, losing some of that arm strength, and Juju not being a number one in my eyes, I got to go mildew.
Juju is young enough to where this 1 year deal he signed with Pittsburgh was a head scratcher. I didn't understand it.
Too young.
Because he could have signed a big boy deal with somebody like Baltimore, maybe even the Patriots.
Kansas City threw him a bad.
Kansas City tried.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's too tied to the Pittsburgh organization to be that young. I understand they gave him a chance because he wasn't supposed to have that 1,400 yard season, if we're being honest. And he's never going to have another one like that.
Nope.
I'm not going to say never. I'm going to do the kid like that. I'm going to say he's going to mildew this year. He's going to be a very solid NFL receiver for the next 3 to 4 years, bouncing around from team to team. But that whole Juju number one thing is over.
Yeah. I agree with Jeff. He took the words right out of my mouth. He Juju doesn't realize that this game don't love nobody. He should have. There's no way you don't turn down to go play with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
To go get a bag,
especially when they need a wide receiver.
Right.
You don't turn that down. No. You do not turn that down. I'm gonna go mildew. They have their wide receiver. It's Clay. I mean, not Clay Brooks, but
Claypool.
Yeah, they have their wide receiver. Juju, Yeah, I'm gonna go Mildew.
No.
All right. Next player. Jameis Winston, quarterback. I guess I'm on my own on this one. New Orleans Saints.
You know, sure.
Barbecue, mildew, or won't get a chance.
Sure. I got Jameis not getting a chance, man. With Breeze gone,
They
Winston
saving him. They saving him
He's
already.
rightfully penciled in as a starter, man. He's a starter. But I think they paid Taysom Hill for a reason. Yeah. Winston can pull it off there. He'll likely be the starter for the foreseeable future. I think Sean Payton loves him. I think this is the chance of a lifetime for Jameis Winston. But let's be clear, this is his last chance for obtaining franchise starter status. And I just don't feel right if a 31-year-old signed a crazy $100 million contract and Jameis is making $2.5 million. Always been told, you follow the big contract or you follow the high draft pick. And Hill is the big contract, man. So I got him not getting a chance to be QB1.
I got him barbecuing, but it's not going to be like you think. Taysom Hill is going to start the season off. It's not going to work out like they think it is. They're going to put Jameis in, and with him sitting behind Drew Brees and learning how to play the game and learning to let the game come to him, it's going to cut down on his turnovers. The loss of Jay Cook could be an issue, but getting back a healthy Michael Thomas will help him. Hopefully the rookie, K'Wan Baker, is going to be able to give a solid year and help him out. So I have him barbecuing. I just don't think it's going to be in week 1 or week 2.
Shit.
Man, that's perfection, lot. That is perfection. Simply because I think Sean Payton, Jay said it best with the contract that Taysom Hill signed. You don't pay a gimmick player that amount of money and not give him a chance. I mean, even when Drew Brees was hurt last year, they still ran with Taysom Hill at quarterback. And once people, after game 2, people figured that out, I was like, no more of that. You know, because it wasn't that whole, it's a gimmick. And he doesn't throw the ball well enough to be a starting quarterback. That's a whole other story. But Sean Payton has too much invested in that kid not to give him the reins. So he's going to get a shot. And I'm going to say mildew for Jameis simply because I don't think Sean Payton is going to give him the shot to be the quarterback out the gate. So similar to what Locke said, but it's going to be too late for the Saints. And I think Jameis is going to mildew.
I got Jameis Mildew.
We know.
Yeah, I got Jameis. I just think Jameis looks great, shorts and t-shirt, throwing the drill. I just don't think he can put it together when it comes to in the game, in the crunch. I don't. I got him Mildew for that reason. I hope it works out well for the kid. But I just don't. You know.
You know what?
30 for 30.
I hope Tannehill gets out of there and they send him to Titans.
He's with us. He ain't gonna throw Julio open. Julio open right now.
Waffle House.
Yeah,
Waffle House. Julio Waffle House wide open.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But a quarterback got to be able to throw to him.
Best
He gonna realize that Matt Ryan is a real quarterback. He ain't got. That's a tight end playing quarterback. Dog. Not for real. Tannehill's a tight end in college.
Like, are you saying that of his performance last year, or are you saying that because? What are you basing it off of?
I'm telling you. I can look at him and he ain't QB1.
But what do you ain't got no
yes,
facts? Ain't no facts behind.
Yes, when they loaded the box on y'all ass and made y'all throw the ball, he was abysmal.
He averaged 38 points a game last year.
He was with us when y'all threw the ball, dog. He's the
more
starting
touchdowns and the interceptions. What are you talking about?
With Jeff. When they made him throw the ball, what did he do?
It looked a little fun in the light.
When did this?
Every game.
That playoff game he threw interception?
He's with us.
Everybody throwing interception in the playoff game, y'all.
That's not true.
And look at me. I'm still mad at you for what you did in that damn chat. But anyways.
The hell I do in the chat?
Yeah, you know what you did.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did.
Anybody else that we want to speak on that was not mentioned, do you think is in a make it or break it year?
Can't guard Mike. Saints.
Because Drew Brees ain't there, he ain't gonna be able to get the ball. You think Jameis Winston gonna overthrow him?
Yeah, he thinks
No,
that.
it's not gonna be Jameis. Y'all said the West Cowboys gonna start, so it won't even be Jameis. So we're not gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Taysom's gonna get a
He's
He's
shot.
gonna get a play. Listen, he gonna be out there.
He'll get a
31
shot.
years old. Hell no. What you got, Coach? You got anybody?
Nah. I ain't
Matthew
got
Stafford.
nobody.
No, he ain't no breaking. No.
No.
Now the other boy in Detroit,
Definitely.
he's on the clock. He should have been on the list. He's on the clock.
Cool.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff's on the clock.
Weezy's extra man.
Look, Jared Goff is his guy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I think Teddy Bridgewater's gonna make a break here.
I have that whoever that starting quarterback is in Denver.
Teddy Bridgewater been making a break it every year he's played since he messed up his knee.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
whoever they choose to be their starter is going to make it a breaking year in Denver because they both are like, okay, if it's you, Drew, and I know that's my guy. If it's you, Drew, you got to show it. Teddy Two Gloves, at some point you got to air that ball out.
And they're gonna have a good offense. And they got weapons.
They got weapons.
People,
they
they got
Fant,
Judy,
They got Judy. Got
Cortland Sutton.
And
Yeah.
defense is gonna be real. Your boy's coming back this year.
Vaughn.
Vaughn be
Vaughn's
back.
back. Yeah. No, for sure. Baker. Watch your back, Baker. Watch your back, Baker.
Ooh, Baker.
Watch your back, Baker. Hey, watch your back, Baker.
I think Baker did enough this year.
Watch your back. Coach, you think everybody barbecue?
Yeah.
It's the 4th of July.
Hey,
Kansas City barbecue. Carolina hit the 100 gold. He had all kind of barbecue. The bold. He had the sweet and spicy.
It's the 4th of July.
I got one more.
that?
One more. Make or break it.
I knew it. I knew he was going to do this shit. I already know what he's doing.
Tua.
No, he's not. No, he's
Tua.
not.
Oh, that's a good one.
how?
No, it's not,
That
bro.
defense is grade A, top 2, and they not 2 on paper.
No, they're not
This is
top
second
2
year.
defense in the
They're
NFL.
top 2.
No, they're not,
They got the
bro.
potential.
No,
to be.
the potential ain't being it.
Which is weird. Nobody's played a game yet. We all going on potential.
No, but no,
Going on
bro.
potential.
Let's find one coach real quick. Make it a break. One coach.
Shit. Vrabel?
Oh shit.
That's my boy. Vrabel on the clock. He got too much now.
Jay,
With no defense.
every year he's there, he's been making the play. What are you talking about?
His defense ain't nothing. You there to coach defense, and defense ain't nothing.
That was just that 1 year, Jay. That was just last year when everybody was hurt.
Hey, man. It's another
Usually,
show,
man, you are. Oh my God, he's injured.
Vrabel
He's
my
injured.
guy. Vrabel's my guy. You know Vrabel's my guy. It's one of my favorite coaches. But
Vrabel said he gonna cut his John Brown off to win.
He's gonna get him one this year.
Lord.
He's gonna get real close to Super Bowl this year. Real close.
real close.
Real, you'll
Closer in the
say.
AFC Championship.
They not even gonna be the best team in they division.
We're gonna beat y'all this year.
Yeah, for sure. I got you.
Well,
But yeah,
you want to bet that?
Nah, you down. I'm not
down.
betting you no more.
Any bet we made real money, I paid you.
Yeah, for sure. What a meal.
You want to make a money bet? Because I'm tired of you talking. Beat y'all this year.
Jesus Christ.
We bet one, and then you lost. We just made a real money bet.
What?
Phoenix Suns.
I paid you
Suns
that.
and 4.
I paid you a little money. That's gone.
Little
Okay.
money.
Little money.
Little money.
You want to bet the 49ers beat the time? I bet tell you
What
the
week we
49ers.
play?
Huh?
What we play?
It don't matter. Let's make the
I'm
bet.
just saying we don't know what we got.
Let's
right
make the bet. We'll call it off as injury. Let's make the bet right now.
What you
$100.
mean? You know what I'm saying? We
200.
Keep going up. You see him talking.
You know his team. His team. We got a whole new team. I need to see what my team look like.
You
I bet
definitely
you
got
though.
a whole new
Got a whole
team.
new team.
200.
Ooh. You know, ain't no sneaker.
Talk to him. Talk to him.
Please give
You gotta cut them. That's another show in the books, man. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Everything be wrapped up by there. Hell no.
Hell no. We got to dead that. Okay. Yeah, that was a waste of time then. We appreciate everybody pulling up. Coach Lock back in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we in here. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. The pipe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Where's at?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Jeff, what you doing over there?
I'm having a good time.
You are?
Having a
Yeah, for
good
sure.
time.
Yeah, don't forget, man, 20% off free shipping with code FSP20 at manscaped.com. It's the best below the waist grooming that you could ever spend your money on, man. Your balls will thank you for sure.
And your nose now.
And you got to take care of your nose.
Take
It's
care of
below,
them
it's below the waist and above the waist.
Hey,
ain't it?
listen, you can't be out there having conversation with the ladies and you got hairs hanging out your nose, man.
facts.
You know,
Can't do
keep
that.
it clean.
They need a
Can't
do
do
they,
that.
you know, man. We'll talk about that another time. You know, that's gonna go another way.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. The tweet us with questions throughout the week at Full Sport Press. Don't forget to comment and give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down on the YouTube page, on the iTunes page. Please rate and subscribe. But more importantly, don't forget to tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend.
Weezy,
Everything paid for, baby.
Coach Lock,
Get a drummer song.
Jeff,
Camera's always on, brother.
cameraman. The Revolution will be podcasted. We are out.
Thank you for listening to the Full Sport Press podcast. To catch up on previous episodes, please check out the YouTube page and wherever you find your favorite podcast. Don't forget, tell a friend to tell a friend.
The Revolution will be podcasted.